Found your blue hoodie on the back of my chair, hidden underneath a winter I forgot was there. One loose thread hanging from the sleeve, like it had been waiting patiently for me. The pocket still held a movie receipt, 2 coffees, 1 popcorn, row 14. I smiled before the ache arrived. Funny how paper can keep time alive. I almost folded it into a box, then put it on instead. Some memories don't ask permission, they simply fit. This borrowed blue hoodie still falls past my hand, smells like old autumn evenings and all our impossible plans. I'm not wearing you, I'm wearing who I used to be. Some things stay warm long after love quietly leaves. This borrowed blue hoodie. Always stole the blankets first, claimed the cold somehow made coffee taste better. We argued over playlists on long drives until we somehow loved the same songs. Now the sleeves are a little faded, the cuffs don't hold their shape, but every worn out stitch reminds me nothing beautiful stays untouched. I don't count the days anymore, just the stories they left behind. This borrowed blue hoodie still catches the morning light. Every wrinkle knows a secret, every thread remembers that life. I'm not waiting by the window or hoping you'll knock someday. I'm just grateful for the version of me that learned how to love that way. This borrowed blue hoodie. Maybe one day I'll give it away to someone who needs a little warmth, because that's what you unknowingly left me. Not a sweatshirt, a reminder that my heart was brave enough to love without guarantees. This borrowed blue hoodie doesn't feel as heavy now. The scent has disappeared with time, but the memories still hang around. I don't need to keep the past alive to honor what it meant. Some people leave with everything, and some leave you with a hoodie, a movie receipt, and a story worth remembering. It never really belonged to me, neither did forever, but for a little while it fit perfectly. You picked me up at 9:30, said, let's miss our plans just this one time. The gaslight blinked like a nervous friend, but somehow we kept driving anyway. A little flower stand beside Route 8, bucket spilling every color we'd never named. You handed over $7 and a grin, said these look happier than we've been. The windows down, the radio low, the map stayed folded in the door. For once we didn't need to know what we were driving toward. Flowers on the dashboard, dancing every time we turned. Petals chasing sunlight while the afternoon slowly burned. We had nowhere we had to be, just a road and 2 heartbeat rhythms. Funny how forever sometimes hides inside an ordinary drive. Flowers on the dashboard. We found a lake that wasn't on the map, skipped flat stones that never skipped back. You took a picture when I wasn't looking, hair blowing, wild shoes in my hand. The bouquet bouquet leaned against the windshield, dropping little petals one by one. You laughed and said nothing stays perfect. I wish that day was wrong. The sun slipped lower through the trees, painting gold across the glass. I didn't know I was collecting a memory built to last. Flowers on the dashboard, still catching every ray of light. The sky kept changing colors, like it couldn't choose goodbye. We had nothing figured out, nothing written in a plan. Somehow the best days of your life never tell you that they are. Flowers on the dashboard. Years later I found that photograph pressed inside an old paperback. The flowers were gone before the week was through, but somehow the feeling never left. Maybe love doesn't arrive with fireworks. Maybe it shows up quietly, holding a paper wrap bouquet, asking if you'd like to take the dashboard. I can almost smell them now. The road has taken us in different directions, but it still brings me back somehow. Some memories fade around the edges, like old film kissed by time. But whenever I see wildflowers by the highway, I smile, 'cause I remember that drive. The flowers didn't make it home, the memory did. I found an old pair of sneakers, scuffed up by a younger me. The laces were still tied the same way, like they remembered every street. I laughed at all the places I thought I'd never make it through. Funny how the hardest roads became the ones that carried me. I spent so long waiting for the future, I almost missed the person I was becoming. I've been growing into my shoes, one small step at a time, not all at once, not overnight. Every wrong turn, every scar, every goodbye brought me here. Turns out I wasn't lost, I was just growing into my shoes. Now I know how to cook one perfect meal, keep a plan alive through winter. I finally answer calls from home before they ring a second time. I still have questions every morning, still get scared of something new, but fear doesn't hold the steering wheel the way it used to. Maybe confidence isn't walking without shaking, maybe it's walking anyway. I've been growing into my shoes, learning every mile by heart. The road kept changing, so did I. The dreams I lost made room for better ones. The doors that closed taught me how to knock. Turns out growing up isn't someone else. It's becoming yourself. The little girl who counted stars from her bedroom window would probably smile if she could see me now. Not because I have everything, but because I never stopped trying. I've been growing into my shoes, and finally they feel like mine. No borrowed footsteps, no borrowed dreams. I'll keep walking wherever this life goes, not because I know the ending, but because I finally trust the person taking the next step. I've been growing into my shoes. Some shoes are too big, until one day you don't notice anymore. Half past midnight, my room was blue. The city wore a different view. Cars drew rivers across the glass, while every minute refused to pass. My phone lit up beside the bed. Your name where silence used to live, you said. Couldn't sleep either. I smiled before I answered. We didn't call to fix the past, we just needed someone awake. Half past midnight, two voices holding up the dark, trading little pieces of ourselves like matches passing sparks. You said the future isn't late, it's just taking the scenic route. And somewhere between your laugh and sunrise, I started believing you. Half past midnight. You talked about quitting your old job, buying a guitar you never learned to play. I confessed I was still scared of becoming yesterday. We counted shooting stars we couldn't see through clouds that covered everything. Funny how hope sometimes arrives without making a sound. The night kept getting smaller as the sky remembered morning. Half past midnight, the world felt honest for a while. No pretending we had all the answers, just staying on the line. You said maybe we're not behind, maybe we're exactly where we grow. And I carried those words with me long after you said goodbye. Half past midnight. Half past midnight. The call ended at 3:47. The apartment was still quiet. The bills were still on the table. Nothing around me had changed except me. Half past midnight, I opened up the window wide. The air felt different somehow, like it finally knew my side. The sun found the rooftop slowly, painting gold across the street. Sometimes a whole new life begins, not with a grand goodbye, just one conversation. Half past midnight. I never wrote down what you said. I didn't have do. Some words choose to live in you. I crossed the city limits just before dawn. Streetlights fading one by one. The bakery opened like it always had. The first warm loaf meeting the morning air. The station clock was 6:05. Same old bench with faded paint. Everything looked almost untouched, except the girl who came back. Funny how a place can wait for you without asking you to stay. I found home after sunrise, not in a street or a state of mind, not in the people I used to know, or the house I left behind. It was waiting in the quiet, every lesson, every mile. Turns out I wasn't coming back. I was finally arriving home after sunrise. The little apartment on Willow Lane still wore flowers on the balcony. I smiled at the girl hanging laundry there. She smiled back. She'll make her own memories just like I did. I didn't feel jealous, only grateful. Some doors are meant to close softly, so new windows can open. I found home after sunrise, somewhere between the past and now. Every goodbye became a compass. Every wrong turn showed me how. The roads I thought had taken things away were quietly bringing me here. I stopped searching the moment I believed. I used to think home was a person, then I thought it was a place. Maybe home is simply the version of yourself that finally stops asking, am I enough? I found home after sunrise, with tired eyes and open hands. Not because life became perfect, but because I learned to stand. The postcards found their final page. The train arrived, the seasons changed, and every story I carry led me here, to a heart that finally feels familiar, to a life that finally feels mine. Home after sunrise. The first light reached the window. For the first time, I didn't feel like I was chasing it. It had been walking beside me all along. The moving boxes fill the backseat, a coffee balanced by the gear shift. Mom waved twice from the front porch, Dad pretended not to. The streets were still asleep at 5, traffic lights blinking to themselves. I rolled the windows down one last time, trying to memorize the air. Some goodbyes don't sound dramatic, they sound like tires rolling over familiar roads. I followed the northbound lights, stretching farther than I could see. Every mile asked a different question, every answer sounded like just keep going. I wasn't leaving who I'd been, I was making room for who I'd become. Sometimes the bravest thing you'll ever do is drive toward a place that doesn't know your story. Northbound lights. The radio kept losing signal until it found a station I never heard. It felt a little like my own heartbeat, learning a brand new rhythm. At the state line I pulled over, bought a postcard from a lonely gas station. On the back I wrote, don't be afraid of becoming a stranger. That's how new chapters begin. The horizon kept unfolding like a letter opening itself. I followed the northbound lights, past the towns I'd never pronounce. Every exit held another version of the life I hadn't lived yet. The rearview mirror grew smaller, but the sky kept growing wide. Funny how hope sometimes arrives, disguised as an empty highway. Northbound lights. Oh, by the time the city skyline appeared, the sun had finally caught up. I realized I wasn't chasing the morning, I had been carrying it with me the whole drive. I followed the northbound lights until they blended with the sunrise. The girl who packed those boxes wouldn't recognize me now. Not because I changed everything, but because I finally believed that beginning again isn't losing your past, it's trusting that your future is big enough to hold it to. The road didn't promise anything, it simply said, keep driving, keep driving. The GPS said you have arrived, but I drove another block instead. There was one empty space by the corner cafe, between a pickup truck and someone's Corvette. 3 cars waited patiently behind while I pretended to check my phone, like maybe if I'm busy enough, the parking spot would disappear on its own. No, but ills you growing up still feels like making it up. I'm learning parallel parking, and maybe life works the same. You pull too far, you back up slowly, you laugh, you try again. Everybody looks like they know where they're going until they're the one behind the wheel. Maybe growing up isn't getting everything right, maybe it's learning not to leave. Dad still asks if I've checked the oil. Mom still texts, did you eat today? I smiled because they haven't noticed, I'm still just guessing most days. My friends are buying wedding rings, posting pictures of painted nursery walls. I'm buying plants I hope survive, and finally answering missed calls. We compare our chapters without knowing who wrote the book. I'm learning parallel parking, trying not to hit my own doubts. Some days I fit perfectly, some days I pull back out. Maybe confidence isn't something you find, maybe it grows every time you fail. Maybe adulthood isn't a destination, just another street to learn. Tonight I finally parked the car a little crooked, closer to the curb than I planned. I sat there for a minute, laughing, 'cause 5 years ago I would've driven home instead. I'm learning parallel parking, one awkward moment at a time. Turns out life doesn't hand you directions, it just gives you another chance. So here's to all the people pretending they're not scared of what's ahead. Maybe we're all just figuring it out, one parking space at a time. Grab my keys, lock the car, looked back once, and realized it was parked just fine. I reached inside an old coat pocket, looking for a pair of gloves. Instead I found a paper handful of tiny pieces of my life. A bookstore seat from February, a coffee shop on Maple Street, $3.89. Funny what we choose to keep. No photographs, no postcards, just faded ink, trying its best to remember. A pocket full of receipts, worthless to everyone but me. Little proof that ordinary days can become history. A sandwich shared on a rainy afternoon, a train that left 10 minutes late. Turns out the smallest moments are the hardest ones to replace. A pocket full of receipts, one from the corner grocery store. You insisted flowers belonged with bread. The cashier smiled and asked if there's something special today. You looked at me and laughed and quietly said, no, we're just trying to make an ordinary Tuesday beautiful. I think about that more than I probably should. The ink is disappearing, the memories are in a pocket full of receipts. Tiny timelines folded in half, every total tells a story. Every crease remembers a laugh. Nobody frames these moments, nobody writes them in the news, but somehow they're the pieces I never want to lose. A pocket full of receipts. I almost threw them all away. Then I noticed one, 2 movie tickets, a scribbled heart in blue pen. On the back you wrote, life feels lighter when you're here. I stood there, holding a receipt, long after the paper stopped shaking. A pocket full of receipts, still rustling like yesterday. The numbers don't mean anything now, but the memories never changed. Maybe love isn't measured by anniversaries or grand goodbyes. Maybe it's hidden in the little papers we forget we're carrying. A pocket full of receipts. Turns out I've been carrying home in my pocket all this time. The coat didn't fit anymore. The memories still did. I almost didn't go that night. The rain Something kept tapping at my door. I wrapped a ribbon around the gift and told myself it was just one more. The hallway buzzed with borrowed laughs. Paper lanterns filled the room. Then across the kitchen by the cake, there you stood in a navy blue. The music never stopped playing, but somehow everything slowed down. Funny how one familiar face can silence a crowded room. At somebody else's birthday, time forgot which year we were in. You smiled the way I remembered, then looked away again. We talked about the weather like we had nothing left to lose. Funny how forever ends with how have you been? It's somebody else's birthday. You asked if I still wrote in notebooks. I asked if you still skipped your coffee's first sip. We laughed about the smallest things, like we were borrowing old habits. Someone called your name from down the hall, someone called mine too. Life had gently introduced us to people who never knew. We weren't broken anymore, just rewritten. At somebody else's birthday, candles painted gold across your face. There were 100 conversations, but I could only hear your voice. No apologies were needed, no promises to make. Some stories don't need another chapter, just one beautiful page at somebody else's birthday. When you hugged me goodbye, it lasted exactly long enough to remember, and exactly short enough to let go. At somebody else's birthday, the candles disappeared into the night. We walked toward different parking lots under the very same sky. I didn't wish for yesterday. You didn't ask me to. Sometimes growing up means smiling at someone you once couldn't imagine living without. The birthday wasn't ours, neither was the ending, but somehow we both celebrated how far we'd come. You stopped calling on your drive back home, said the traffic made it hard to think. I believed you every single time until the silence learned to speak. The house still hummed at 10:30. The kettle sang its little tune. I'd leave the hallway light on anyway, like it still mattered coming home to you. Nothing shattered on the kitchen floor, nothing slammed behind a door. Love can leave so quietly, you almost miss it while it's going. We're just static on channel 9, trying to find the picture one more time. Same voices, different frequency, close enough to almost reach. We keep saying, can you hear me now? While the signal keeps fading out. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it slowly fills with noise. We're just static. Your toothbrush stayed beside my own long after you stopped staying here. The calendar's still your birthday, even if we barely did. The neighbors asked where you'd been lately. I smiled and said, working late. It was easier than explaining how distance can live in the same place. We kept fixing little broken things, except the one that mattered most. We're just static on channel 9, looking for a picture we left behind. Same hearts, different weather, trying hard to stay together. We keep finishing half the story, missing every other line. Some stations aren't meant to disappear, they just drift beyond the dial. We're just static. I found your old voicemail tonight. You were laughing because the pizza burned, asking if I wanted extra cheese anyway. The recording crackled at the end, like it already knew. We're just static on channel 9, but I don't change the channel anymore. Some songs deserve their quiet ending, even if they leave you wanting more. I hope somewhere beyond the noise you found a clearer sky, and if our signal crossed again, I'd still recognize your voice. The television stayed on, neither of us was watching anymore. The landlord laughed and handed me the keys. Said, don't mind the pipes, they sing when they freeze. The hallway smelled like cinnamon and rain, and somebody downstairs already knew my name. There was one small window facing east, a second-hand couch and a crooked sink. I counted every dollar in my hand, still somehow felt richer than I'd planned. Morning always came before my alarm, fresh bread floating through the open air. I thought I was looking for a place to live, but maybe I was finding who lived there. In the apartment above the bakery, I learned that small dreams still rise, like the bread before the sunrise, like hope before your eyes. Every cracked wall held a little light, every lonely Friday turned into Saturday night. I didn't have much, but I had a beginning, and somehow that was everything. flowers next door. She'd leave warm rolls outside my door. She'd wink and say, "You'll miss this someday." I smiled like people only smile when they're too young to believe. I taped old postcards to the fridge, marked every paycheck with a tiny grin. Bought a thrift store lamp that buzzed all night and called it beautiful anyway. Funny how a room can slowly change without the furniture moving an inch. It wasn't the walls getting bigger, it was me. In the apartment above the bakery, I learned that small dreams still rise, like the bread before the sunrise, like hope before your eyes. Every cracked wall held a little light. Every lonely Friday turned into Saturday night. I didn't have much, but I had a beginning, and somehow that was everything. If I could leave a note for the girl with the keys, I'd tell her not to fear the quiet evenings. The lonely days won't stay forever. One day you'll laugh at burnt toast, cry over songs, dance barefoot in that tiny kitchen, and realize you've already become someone new. In the apartment above the bakery, the window still catches morning first. The smell of bread, the city waking, reminds me who I was before the world got loud. Some people remember where they fell in love, some remember where they broke apart. I'll always remember the little place above the bakery, where I first felt at home inside my own heart. Every morning the bread rose before I did. Looking back, I think I did too. The coffee tasted burnt again. I missed the bus by 10:30. My favorite sweater caught the rain, and every little thing felt wrong again. The grocery list stayed in my coat. My paycheck disappeared to rent. I laughed because the only thing I had to spare was confidence. Some days arrive already heavy, like they know exactly where to land. But the calendar keeps turning even when we barely can. Tuesday never lasts, even when it feels that way. The sky keeps changing colors, the night still gives the morning away. So if your heart feels tired and hope is running late, hold on a little longer. Tomorrow doesn't know how to wait. Tuesday never lasts. Mrs. Chenway from the flower shop said bad weeks bloom into good ones too. She wrapped a single sunflower, then smiled like she already knew. I carried it all the way back home, yellow against the cloudy gray. Funny how one tiny kindness can quietly rewrite your day. The world won't always make sense, but it keeps making another sunrise. Tuesday never lasts, even when the road feels long. Every chapter has a page where somehow you grow strong. The rain can fill the sidewalks, but it can't drown the spring. Keep your eyes on tomorrow, it's bringing something you can't yet see. Tuesday never lasts. Years from now you'll forget the bills, forget the traffic and the broken plans, but you'll remember how you kept walking, even when you didn't understand. Maybe courage isn't loud at all. Maybe it looks like getting out of bed, putting on your shoes and believing Wednesday will come. Tuesday never lasts. Not the tears, not the fear, not the doubt. Every sunrise quietly proves there's another way back out. One day you'll tell this story with a smile you haven't found yet. You'll say, I thought I wouldn't make it, and you'll realize Tuesday never lasts. The week kept moving, so did I. Platform 3, 10 minutes late. You said let's grab one coffee while we wait. One coffee turned to laughing by the square. Then we heard the whistle disappear. You shrugged and smiled without a care. Bought a postcard from a stand nearby. Wrote, "Getting lost looks good on us." Then folded it inside my guide. You never chased the clock, you chased the moment instead. And somehow I forgot there was a difference. We missed our train again, but we found another afternoon, counting church bells instead of minutes, watching pigeons steal somebody's lunch. You always said the best stories never run on schedule. Maybe that's why every memory of you still arrives right on time. We missed our train again. There was a violin under the bridge, playing songs nobody asked to hear. You tossed your last 2 coins into the case, said some things deserve to stay. We walked until our feet complained, split one sandwich by the riverbank. The skyline turned from gold to blue, without either of us noticing. Funny how we measured days by sunsets instead of watches. We missed our train again, trading tickets for another memory. The station faded in the distance, but somehow we never felt lost. You kept saying, "We'll catch the next one," like there would always be another chance waiting down the track. We missed our train again. Last month I stood on platform 3 alone. The bakery across the street was still there. The timetable hadn't changed. The train arrived exactly at 4:18. For the first time, I wished it had been late. We missed our train again, or maybe we found the life between departures. Every delay became a photograph, every wrong turn became a reason. Now I catch every train I plan to, but none of them ever take me where you did. The doors closed. This time I got on. Found an old planner in the back of a drawer, tucked beneath a stack of birthday cards. Coffee rings stained the corners brown, like time had signed its autograph. There were grocery lists and little stars, movie nights I never crossed off. Then every few pages, soft and small, your name written in pencil. Funny how I pressed so lightly, like some part of me already knew your name in pencil. Next to dreams we used to draw, an apartment with blue curtains, a golden retriever in the yard. We thought forever needed ink. Turns out hope sometimes comes erasable. Some plans fade without meaning failure. They just make room for different stories. Your name in pencil. Road trip in October. Learn Italian. See the northern lights before we're 30. I smiled, reading every promise made by two people who believed calendars could predict happiness. There was one empty page waiting for a future neither of us could imagine. Maybe life keeps the eraser for the dreams that no longer fit. Your name in pencil, still resting softly on the page. Not because I couldn't let you go, but because you belong to that age. The handwriting looks younger somehow, like it trusted every tomorrow. I don't miss the plans we lost. I miss believing anything was impossible. Your name in pencil, I didn't erase it, I simply turned the page. Sometimes healing isn't rewriting the past, it's letting it stay exactly as it was. Your name in pencil will probably fade on its own someday. Paper grows older, just like people do. Now I write new dreams in different notebooks, with steadier hands and quieter hope. Not because I stopped believing, but because I've learned that the best chapters are the ones you never planned. Some names are written in ink, some are written in pencil. Both can change your life.